Well, good morning. Happy Sunday morning. Happy Sunday weekend before Thanksgiving. Happy rainy weekend in Arizona. It happens once in a while. We were just talking a moment ago that Summer put our slides together and we had the beautiful, beautiful rainy window photo that was in the front of the slides. And so it's all your fault that we got the rain. In which case, thank you, because my garden really needs it right now. It is so wonderful. Here, welcome to Sunday morning at Mountain Vista Unitarian Universalist Church. Once again, a whole lot of lovely returning faces and a whole bunch of new faces, and we are so excited to welcome you and see you all here. You're in for a treat this morning. Well, you're in for a treat most Sunday mornings, but this morning we have the Reverend Inge from down at Borderlands, and you'll hear all about her in just a little bit. As always, take a second, make sure that this thing doesn't make any noise. Turn it off, set it to silent, whatever you do, make sure that it's quiet. I think that's all I wanted to say. Good morning, welcome. It's so good to see you all.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Mountain Vista Unitarian Universalist Congregation. Welcome to this space as we gather in community and in love on the lands of the Tohono O'odham and the Pasyaqui tribes. We acknowledge as a way to reflect our actively seeking to build and develop relationships of justice, equity, and trust with all who feel kinship to this place that we all love, the Sonoran Desert. Welcome to all of you here in person, whether today is your first, your 100th, you're back from travels, those of you watching at this very moment, or those of you watching at some point in the future. Let's do a quick scan and wave at the camera as we welcome those of you watching virtually. Thank you. My name is Samar Adi, Practice Associate, and Reverend Inge is hosting today's service as part of the Baja for Pulpit-Palooza. So for those of you who aren't aware, the Baja 4 are the 4 UU congregations in the southern Arizona region. And so MVUU, UUCT down on 22nd Street, Borderlands in Amado, where Reverend Inge serves, and Sky Island UU in Sierra Vista. The 4 UU congregations have worked together as part of the Baja 4 for years. And one tradition is every so often, I know there's a concrete date, but I don't know it, every so often, the ministers trade spots and speak at each other's congregations. And so we are honored to have Reverend Inge here today as we explore gratitude as an act of resilience and resistance, 2 values that are so needed. Thank you to all of our staff, those that work for MVU, and to the many, many, many volunteers that help put together not just a service, but also contribute to the workings of this community. As you can tell from our announcements recently, there's a lot going on, and a lot of that is due to all the work that many of you are doing to make it happen. So our AV crew, our musicians, our pastoral care, our board and committee members, our childcare providers, buildings and grounds, hospitality and welcoming, those of you volunteering recently for Choya Chow Time, the fun frolic events, learning hearts? Finding Hearts, Caring Hearts, I apologize. And those of you who are helping to host the Thanksgiving lunch are just some of those that are making this a community. So we welcome you in love and in community, and please enjoy today's service. Thank you.
Good morning. It's really good to be back. So our chalice lighting this morning is The Abundance of Our Lives Together by Katie Sivani Gelfand. We light our chalice as a symbol of gratitude as we celebrate the abundance of our lives together. In this sanctuary, we harvest bushels of strength for one another and offer our crop with the hands of compassion and generosity. In the authentic and gentle manner of our connections, we cultivate a simple sweetness to brighten our spirits. May we be grateful for the ways we nourish and uplift each other, for it is the sharing of this hallowed time together that sustains us.
So every month we are in partnership with a group where we collect for the purposes of donating to them. And so twice a year, we collect funds for Laguna and Hendricks Elementary Schools, both Title I schools in our local community. So go Hawks. Go Longhorns. Thank you. So after our service, as you leave through those doors, there'll be 2 baskets. And one basket, the wooden bowl, is for the workings of this community. Anything you give is a generous donation. And then the other basket is for our partnership of the month, which are the 2 elementary schools. Go Longhorns. Go Hawks. Thank you.
Our first hymn this morning comes from the Gray Hymnal, which you can see are now located on the lovely racks just there underneath the camera. It's number 67 in the Gray Hymnal, and as always, they will be on the screen. You know the tune. It's common, especially this time of year. It's a tune called Kremser, because a fellow named Edward Kremser put it together out of older sources. But let's stand and sing. Number 67, We Sing Now Together.
Good morning. My name is Michael Herman. There we go. I teach OWL here. Apparently, there's been a bit of a series lately where we're trying to conscript some of you all to volunteer to teach, or maybe even get your kids or your grandkids to come to class. So, talking about my experience, I've taught OWL for I think it was like 6 or 7 years at UUCT, and then once or twice here. We're trying to build the program up. So my personal calling is volunteering for children. This is not my only children's volunteering thing I do, but hopefully you guys all feel the same. So if you have questions about what it's like to teach OWL, I will be outside at coffee service. I know Stacy will. Summer can answer questions. You don't really need any extra experience. You don't need to have taught before. You just need to be not uncomfortable with the material. You do have to be trained. And honestly, I've taught this, 10 times or whatever. I still take the book out in class and read from it like this to make sure I don't forget anything. So you don't even have to really know the material by heart. Come talk to me after. So, I thought a fun thing to do would be to play a game that we play with the kids. Most sex ed classes teach you some, don't do this, don't do that, it's dangerous. OWL is comprehensive, so we do a lot of experiments. We do a lot of things about, testing values. See, I write all my notes, and then I just wing it off the top of my head. So, let's play a game. I'm going to read some statements, You can agree or disagree. With the kids, we like to get them to stand up in the middle of the room because kids need to move a lot. And then we say, if you agree, go over there. And if you disagree, go over there. But we're just going to raise our hands. We also give the kids a chance to talk to each other and express why they agree or disagree and convince each other to join the other side if they want. It's really a way to make them think. So here we go. If we're willing to play, and camera, could you go wide on this so we can get the audience? Thank you. So raise your hand if you agree. It is irresponsible to have sexual intercourse without using protection against pregnancy and STIs. It's a good question. What do you disagree? Yeah, that's a fun conversation that we don't have time for right now, but outside. Okay. Teenagers should be allowed to take their partners of any gender to school dances and other social functions. We got anybody who disagrees on that one? It's okay. It's a safe place. No, okay. Couples should only use condoms when either or both of them have had many sexual partners. Agree. Disagree. Okay, see? So, we had a little bit of a disagreement there. Okay, I think I got time for maybe one more. What's my favorite one here? Talking someone into having sex before they say they're ready is not okay. Got a bunch of agrees there. I didn't even have to say raise your hand if you agree. You guys know the game. Okay, so for us, we're all mostly adults in the room here. We've had time to think these things through in our lives, but a 7th grader, an 8th grader, I guess they're like this tall, they haven't had time to think about this stuff. So taking even the 30 minutes in class that we make them stop and think and then maybe have arguments with each other across the room, that's vital, right? The whole idea here is that people who know what they value are less easy to manipulate. And that's why I teach these classes, because I'm here to prevent bad things from happening to these kids, give them the tools they need to avoid bad situations in the first place. So I love teaching OWL. Come talk to me afterwards. We do take a holistic view of OWL, so we do a lot of talk about values. We also talk a lot about STIs and safer sex and things like that. So I do have a game about sexual risk set up for about 10 people outside during coffee hour if anybody wants to play my favorite game that I teach in this class. All right. Thank you all.
Good morning. For everything, there is a season. Good times and bad times. Planting and reaping. Joys and sorrows. We recognize this each week through our ritual of joys and sorrows. This water, collected from Sonoran skies, our homes, and our lives' journeys. This is our congregation. We drop stones into the water as we share joys and sorrows, reflections of these seasons of our lives. We invite our congregation to respond with celebration and comfort. I have an announcement. Peter and Kathleen Bekshikahazi share an update with us. Peter joyfully is just getting over a 2-week bout of pneumonia and is feeling fairly decent, though his voice is strained and he continues to need oxygen. He hopes to be back at cardiac rehab soon. Kathleen is having some ongoing respiratory issues and is also healing slowly from a fractured sacrum that will take months to heal. They thank Reverend Matthew and all for their phone calls and are both looking forward to a week-long visit from their young son and their family, and then both sons, including the one living in Japan, later in December. We add a handful of stones for the sorrows unnamed, but still present among us. And another for the joys, as a reminder of the seasons held among us but not spoken aloud. Thank you. Our Pastoral Care Committee invites you to contact us. We want to hear your joy or sorrow. With your permission, we'll share it on Sunday during our ritual. May we feel the rhythm of these seasons and respond to the need among us. May it be so.
I invite you to take a moment and discover your most comfortable seat. Perhaps placing both feet on the floor, your hands resting comfortably in your lap. Notice any tension in your body, and as you exhale, try to breathe into and release that tension. Now close your eyes and place your attention on your heart. Bring your awareness to your breath as you inhale and as you exhale, and to the fact that each of these breaths gives you life. And for the next few minutes, think of all the things in your life that you could be grateful for. Bring your awareness to the nurturing relationships that you are grateful for. The material things that you have in your life right now that you are grateful for. The love and connection you have with very special beings that you could be grateful for. Your body and your mind that allows you to really understand yourself and everything around you. Now breathe and feel more ease. As you inhale, imagine filling your heart full of gratitude. And every exhale, breathing that gratefulness to all those around you here and right now. In through the nose and out through the mouth like a whisper. I am grateful for the things that flow to me with great effort and commitment and hard work. I give thanks for the 10,000 joys and the 10,000 sorrows that are all a part of being human and living in this body. I'm grateful for my ability to see growth and potential in every moment. I give thanks for the opportunity to live one more day. I am thankful for the stars and the northern lights traveling across the heavens to sparkle and delight my nighttime gazing. I am grateful for the chatter of children next door. I am thankful that the moon silently reminds me of my interconnection on this earth. I am grateful for the hope bearers who appear in my life when I was stuck, ill, fearful, confused. I am grateful to gaze into the soul of a loved one's eyes and experience the bliss of deep connection. I invite you to sit here quietly, thinking of all the things that you could be grateful for. And as you experience that, experience the warmth that gratitude brings into your heart. The love and the compassion and the understanding that gratitude brings into your heart. The sense of connection with the creative powers of the universe that gratitude brings into your heart. As we share this practice of gratitude, there is something that seems to carry our human minds far beyond the region of doubt into the clear atmosphere of faith and trust where all things are possible. For that, we are grateful. We rest now in the arms of the transcendent in our community of support and care, and with those who remember who we truly are, those here who invite us to receive these gifts of gratitude. Breathing deeply in through the nose, out through the mouth like a whisper. And when you are ready, slowly open your eyes. We are not finished with our practice yet. I now invite you to think of a person in your life that you care about. Visualize that individual in your mind's eye. And think of a gift you would like to give them. Not a material gift, but a heart space gift. Perhaps it is a wish or hope for them. You are welcome to share this gift with us or keep it to yourself. Just spend a minute thinking about the person and the gift, and I will get us started. I would very much like to give my sister Diane patience and courage.
I would very much like to give my daughter confidence.
Dylan, healing and wellness.
I'd like to give my mother-in-law a hug so she doesn't feel alone.
My mother, peace.
My sister Marty in northern Vermont, I'd like to give her the gift of time by being in touch with her more frequently.
I'd like to give my son Christopher the gift of good health.
I would like to give my husband Charlie a bicycle with no flat tires.
I wish for my great-granddaughter, Elle, that she discover her power early and learn how to use it.
I wish for my husband sleep.
I wish for those of us who are aging faster than we want to age, both patience and understanding and love for one another.
I wish for my husband to be free of pain.
I wish for my mom safe travels from Flagstaff right now.
We hold these wishes, these gifts, both spoken and unspoken, in our hearts. I invite you to place your hands with palms together, thumbs pointing inward towards you. We lift our hands to our forehead. We ask for kind and loving thoughts. Hands to the lips. We ask for kind and loving communications. Hands to your heart center. We ask for kind and loving intentions. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. Let it be so.
When we were pulling together the songs for this morning, and trying to figure out, the only real guidance I was given was gratitude. And I could think of no better song than number 128 in our Gray Hymnal. For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. Number 128, for all that is our life, please rise and join us in singing.
For all
all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad. For needs which others serve, for services we give, for work and its rewards, for hours of rest and love, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life. For sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful hours that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life. For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad.
Perfect choice, Chris. Thank you. Grateful living, or living in touch with the great fullness of life, has the ability to significantly and positively alter our lives and the larger world in which we live. Grateful living asks us to purposefully direct our awareness to notice all that is already fully present and abundant in our lives. From the tiniest things of beauty to the grandest of our blessings, and in so doing, to take nothing for granted. Grateful living as a practice powerfully affirms that we can be in charge of our attention and can point it towards that which serves the fullness of our learning, our lives, our relationships, and the world. And amazingly, every single moment can offer us this opportunity. Not a single moment need escape our gratefulness, even if it is simply to learn from that which is most difficult. We're learning a lot these days. Grateful living is an antidote to gratitude when gratitude isn't easy. We have the choice to be in touch with the fullness of everything. In infinite ways, grateful living offers an unparalleled pathway to the experience of enough, and even more than enough in our lives. Suddenly, the barren corners of our homes are rich with things for which to be thankful. What seemed lacking in our relationship now feels full to overflowing with what we learn about ourselves and our partners. Our bodies are miraculous. And I don't know about you all, but electricity kind of blows my mind. Our days can be one discovery after another of blessing and opportunity, and the earth can seem an endless symphony of beauty. When we are in touch with enoughness, when we feel like we are and have enough, we become less susceptible to cultural norms of complaint, envy, scarcity, comparison, and insatiability, all sources of suffering and separation from ourselves, each other, and the planet. Since scarcity and insatiability are the drivers for so much that is unsustainable and unjust in our world, especially right now, grateful living can be seen as not merely a salve for complacency and overwhelm, but as a protective impulse that wakes us up to act on behalf of the things for which we feel grateful. Gratefulness has the power to awaken us to greater purpose, to preserve and tend to the things we notice are worth cherishing, all the fragile blessing that surrounds us and is charged to our care. When we are awake to all that is enough in our lives, we can turn our attention beyond ourselves. We need to feel our fullness. Wait for it. We need to feel our fullness in order to have truly meaningful things to offer the world. Grateful living is an antidote to scarcity and insatiability. That is radical. It's radical because it establishes the only real lasting conditions for generosity, kindness, compassion, and the impulse to serve. Not easy right now. How about thinking of gratitude in our current state as a nation as an act of resistance? Imagine that for a minute. Your gratitude is an act of resistance. Grateful living invites a radical experience of sufficiency, and sufficiency invites us toward using our lives and resources in more radically generous, open-hearted, and conscientious ways. This truth offers me hope for our lives, for each other, and for the world. And hope is a longing and a gift for which we can all be deeply grateful. Make it so.
One more lovely song, 53 in your books, I Walk the Unfrequented Road. Number 53, and of course on the screen, Rise and Sing.
Shines the landscape through its veil of
So please join us afterwards for some fellowship, some coffee through those doors and on the patio. I believe we are outside even with the drizzly. It might not be drizzly right now. And so I'm looking for our announcements really quick. I apologize. So the future it is happening. We want to keep you informed about the many, many opportunities for you to get involved in transformative moments and transforming actions of love, such as, and Michelle's going to come up and, yes.
And in the spirit of gratitude, and I've said many times how grateful I am to be a member of this amazing congregation, we have a lot of fun things coming up. And the first one is Choya Chow. Now, many of you know this. It's a series of small dinner parties that are held the first Saturday of each month starting in January for 4 months. And many of you have signed up through the newsletter link. For those of you who want more information on it, who may be confused by it or need more of a description, I will be out at the connections table to hopefully answer your questions. The final day for sign up for Choya Chow is next week at the end of service. The next announcement is the Fun, Friendship, and Frolic fundraiser, also known as the 4F. That too, the final sign up is next week. This is our major fundraiser for the congregation where people donate events, items that we then will have almost auctioned off on the 14th of December. Jane is nodding yes, I am right. And many people have been talking about, oh, I think I'll arrange this or I'll donate that. But until you fill out the form, it isn't going to happen. So also, Jane will be out at the table with the forms for you to fill out today and next week. And the final announcement is Thanksgiving service. And I don't know if Thanksgiving dinner. Please join us on Thursday for a Thanksgiving dinner here at 1 o'clock. It is potluck. Bring something if you are able to share with the other friends in your community that will be here partaking of the dinner. And I just want to give a big thanks to those people who have been organizing it because it's been a lot of work and I'm sure will be enjoyed by many. Thank you.
And the last announcement is a silent announcement. Bring your attention to the giant fish in the back of the room.
I'll have something for you next week. Let me get our microphone.
Thank you, Debbie.
Our Releasing the Flame reading is from Charles A. Howe. May we go forth from this place. May we go forth from this place thankful for the life that sustains and renews us, and open to the grace that surrounds and surprises us. May we go forth from this place with openness and with thanksgiving.
Well, the good news is my knee is telling me the rain will be clearing up this afternoon. Oh, I don't know, 50 different things in my head right now. Among other things, the jazz world passed an amazing centennial this last week. Louis Armstrong's original Hot 5 recordings were made 100 years ago this week. If you know the history of jazz at all, that is like it's not the first bit of recorded jazz, but it's like the first big cannon shot in modern jazz music. Unfortunately, I don't know any of the pieces from that recording session, but just also in honor of everyone traveling this week, I decided to stay home, so if y'all will excuse me, Fats Waller, you know this one.